Hey True Northers. So just here to talk to you about setting up for the barbell sumo deadlift. Now, just to clarify at the outset, when we're, although it just says sumo deadlift in your program, we're not using the powerlifting or competition style of sumo deadlift, which is the one where the feet are extra wide, the toes are turned right out, and you do the pull from that position. We're doing what's called the modified or the sports style, but we don't make a distinction of that in your program. So when you see sumo deadlift in your program, just assume it is this modified or sport style. Now, all of the standards that go with the deadlift, with any form of deadlift, are going to be the same with this one. You want to concentrate on wedging the hips back, all right? You want to keep the weight as close to your center of gravity as possible, all the way down, all the way up. So it's not drifting out and away from you. And you want to keep the weight not so far, like not all on your heels where your toes actually come up, but you do want the weight towards the back of the foot, okay? So that's why it's often better not to deadlift in, running shoes or shoes with a thick or high heel or a big heel drop, because it's going to pitch you forward onto the front of your foot. And the really thick foam of running shoes, that sort of creates, it's like you're trying to pull on an unstable surface. I mean, it's not that unstable like doing it on a foam block or anything like that, but it does prevent you some of that tactile response that you get when you're really close and low to the ground, okay? So, like I said, you want to make sure that you're wedging back, all right? And that you keep the shoulders slightly above the hips. The weight travels up and down close to that center of gravity. However, when you're setting up for the sumo with a barbell, again, sports style, not the extra wide competition style, we're gonna line up. Bar should go across the middle of our feet, all right? And the middle of our feet means it'll be about an inch away from our shins, all right? You're going to put your feet probably just a little bit outside hip width. When you go down, you do shoot those hips back. Now, one of the things you want to think about is pushing the knees out a little bit so that the knees are not dropped in like so, all right? You want the knees to be out so that they're straight over top of those feet as much as possible. The hand, the grip width is going to be about shoulder width. So straight down, and your knees should be on the outside, all right, of your elbows. It's for another day, but we do not use an alternating grip, all right? Overhand grip only when you're lifting with us. So I've got it lined up. I've got it over the middle of the foot. I'm about an inch away from the bar. My hands are going to go down inside of my knees, about shoulder width apart, all right? I'm gonna lock it down, so shoulders back, chest up, take a breath, pull it up, and I keep it close to my center of gravity, okay? It is almost dragging up my shins, and when I go down, I reverse that down, hinge back, and shoot it back. With my weight always towards the back of my foot, but my toes stay planted on the ground and the grip is tight the whole time, all right? That's just a little bit of a summary so that you can, be prepared and check yourself. The biggest thing is gonna be that foot placement being outside of the hips, that the knees, you push the knees out, all right, so that they're not dropped in like that. Elbows are outside of the knees are outside of the elbows.